Hi, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble each side, left side, or actually it's going to be the front and the back, and then we'll put the two together. You'll notice that the left legs have 3 holes, 2 and then 1 smaller one, whereas the front legs only has 1, 2, 3 holes, which is the top of that one. So that's your front. And what I'm going to do is I've taken the back bottle braces and the smooth side, there's a smooth side and a rough side, that's going toward the front. And I've put pins in the ends and secured those with 1 1/4 inch screws. Now I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other back leg. I'm going to put the 3/4 inch pins in. I'm going to line them up, and if you get some help it always makes it a little bit easier, but I'm going to line the holes up. Start at one end usually if you're by yourself. Okay, but I've got the one back leg, I've got it secured with the screws. It's going to lay it flat. Then I'm going to take the other back leg and it's just to line those. If you're on a table, it's fairly easy. You can see all of the pins. You're going to use the 3rd hole down. This is the top. I'm going to use the 3rd hole down. I'm sorry, this is the bottom, starting at the bottom. And just going to line that pin, pushing it in just a little bit, getting that one aligned. Now I'm going to secure those with those 1 1/4 number 8 screws. And we've got the back side together. Okay, once I've got the back assembled, I'm going to loosen the screws just a little bit, and then I'm going to take this top back brace, I'm going to insert it into the 2 holes. Here again, I want the smooth side facing out. This will be facing out. Put that in here, and then it's going to spread this a little bit, and then I've got it clutched. And then I retighten the screws. Then I'm all set. Now take the front legs, and to the left front leg I'm going to attach the bottlenecks, and here again the smooth sides are going to face out. We've got a little indentation here. I'm going to put the pins in the ends like I've done here, and then I'm going to secure them like I did before with the 1 1/4 number 8 screws. And then I'm going to take and put the 3/4 inch screws, I'm sorry, 3/4 inch pins into the ends of each one of these. Got 6 pins there. Then I'm going to do like I did the last time. I'm going to lay it down, find it a little bit easier to do it this way. Make sure you got the legs, this hole will correspond with that hole. And I start aligning the pin at the top. Hold it together. And then I'm going to secure that with the 1 1/4 number 8 screws. It's a good idea to just start the screws in with your finger. That way you can make sure they're going into a pilot hole. You can feel that when you go into there. Okay, I'm going to take the front assembly, turn it upside down. Then I'm going to take these side braces. This is the top, it's the widest. The middle and the bottom one are exactly the same size. And I'm going to put the 1 inch pins into each end of it, like here. And then we're going to, one is a little bit smoother than another. You may want that to face out. Put them into place. And we're going to do that with all of these. Okay, we've got the front assembled. I've got the top, middle, bottom braces. They're held in place by the 1 inch pins. And now I'm going to turn this up on its edge like this, and then I'm going to take the front panel, take the back panel, and I'm going to attach it I find it's easy, a little bit easier to do it this way by aligning. There's pins here, and then there's pins here. By aligning it with the bottom to begin with, and then do all of the ones at the bottom to just start them, and then we'll swing the ones at top up into place. Now if you have somebody to help you, that's even better, because then they can help you align all of these little holes. It just takes a little bit of time, and once you get them in place, you're doing just fine. One thing to keep in mind is that those are on pins, so that'll slide in and out a little bit, and that gives you a little bit more play so when you're aligning them all. So I've managed to align them all. Some of them are out here a little bit, out there a little bit, but then you just take and just tap them, going down the line, get them all into place, and then you sink them. Okay, now I've sort of flopped it over again and made sure it's easier to seat them going this way rather than sideways like I did before. But then you're going to take the little bottom support stick, there's two of them, and they look exactly alike, and they've got a countersunk hole. Just going to hide the head of your screw there. We're going to put it right into the bottom of the legs here. Okay, now we're going to put the top glide support braces in. They look exactly alike. They've got a countersunk hole in the bottom. That's going to face down. And then facing out is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 little pilot holes and 2 through holes that are countersunk. First I'm going to attach the brace to the side with the 1 1/4 number 8 screws. Okay, we're going to put the glides on. Both glides are exactly the same. They have a little arrow that points toward the front. This is the front. We have 3 sets of 3 holes, and on this particular model we're going to use the first hole of the first set and the last hole of the third set. We're going to put those in place. We're going to secure them with these little flathead screws. They're like 5/8 number 6s. Just going to start that one. Then you're going to slide your slide in and out a little bit until you see there's a hole right through there. If you have a magnetic screwdriver, it works a little better. Put that in there and tighten those down. Then you repeat exactly the same thing with the other side. Okay, turn your top upside down, a nice smooth surface. Notice there's 4 holes. Those are pilot holes. We're going to attach the frame to the top. There is no front or back to the top. Then I'm going to tilt this up. I'm going to align the holes that are in the bottom of the stick with the holes in the top. We're ready to attach the top, and we're going to do that with these 2-inch number 8 wood screws. And what we're going to do is, I like to start them off, put them through the top, look underneath, get the points lined up, and then just sort of starting with your fingers. Together. This is the drawer back. It's plain on the back. Has a slot for the drawer bottom, a couple little pilot holes on the side. Then I'm going to take the left side, make sure the slot lines up with the slot in the back. You've got the 2 large holes toward the front. And then on the back side there's 2 other holes, and we're going to secure that to the back using those 1 1/4 number 8 screws like we've used before. Okay, with the drawer sides on, to the drawer back, I'm going to pick the best side of the bottom and slide that, make sure it's into the inside, slide that right into place, having it seated. I'm going to put that aside, and then I'm going to prep the front, the drawer front, before I put that on. Take the drawer front, and on the slotted side, you see there's 2 holes. We're going to attach bastion posts to those. We've got some guides on how the bastion system works, but basically you take the post, and this is a flat head screwdriver. I'm going to screw that down, keep it straight, until it hits the wood. I'm just going to back that out in a minute. We'll do the other one. I'll take a flat blade screwdriver, and I'm going to turn that out, at least one full turn, until the little notch in the top for the screwdriver is aligned with the short edge there. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Attach the front with these barrel nuts. I'm going to take the barrel nuts. If you notice the threaded end, there's a little notch on them. That shows you where the holes are through this, and it also should be pointing toward the post that's going to be coming in. And that's going to line that up on this side and on the other side. Here again, the hole is facing outward because the post is going to come through that. Then I'm going to align this at the same time, making sure that the post goes through the side of the nut, and that the door bottom is secured in place. Then I'll take the little set screws, insert those in the threaded end of the barrel nut, and tighten them down. The idea here is that the point of that set screw is going to hit the tapered edges of the post, and as it does that, it's going to seek the center of the post and we'll lock it down in place. And now I'm going to attach the drawer handle with these 1-inch machine screws. They come through there. Just going to start them. Start one side and then start the other. Okay, we're going to insert the drawer. I'm going to pull these out full length. We're going to insert those into those slots that you see in the drawer sides there, up near the top of the drawer side. Just start one, and then just start the other. And you can push them in and pull it out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure these glides are pulled out all the way to the point where they're directly behind the drawer front. Then I'm going to secure them with these little 1/2-inch machine screws. You'll see that there's one of those little holes that's in the glide itself will line up perfectly with this little machine screw. And that'll keep the drawer from falling out or keep it from separating on the other side. Okay, you may notice that the front is higher than the back, and some people say, oh, gee, that way the wine is never going to rest on the cork. But you got to remember that, I'll put it down here, the shape of the bottle makes it so that the cork is always wet, even though that's higher. So just keep that in mind.